What's up, YouTube? Mike Will with the California Duelist Association, and I'm back at it again, bringing you another deck list. This time I will be profiling my Blue Eyes White Dragon deck for September/October 2016 format. I'm going to call it October because we're about 5-6 days away from October, so no sense in living in September anymore. This deck's really broken, guys. Honestly, I haven't lost with it yet. That being said, I took it to my locals and I 2-0'd all my opponents. I don't run Desires. I don't run Galaxy Soldier. Honestly, they're not necessary. The deck is super powerful on its own, but obviously Desires is a really good card, and so is Galaxy Soldier. Like, Cyber Infinity is just good overall. So I'll probably make a build with those once I pick them up. But for now, this deck is perfect. I wouldn't change a thing. My extra deck is a little funky compared to a lot of other extra decks, but that's okay because I'll explain those when they come up. But other than that, yeah, this deck just really outs a lot of stuff. Like, the amount of boards you can make on this deck are just super unbreakable, and the fact that you can just break unbreakable boards with this deck is phenomenal. So I'm going to go ahead and get into the list. I'm trying to make it as fast as possible because I've recorded this a couple times already and it's gone over like 14 minutes, and I'm going to try to get that down. So 3 Blue Eyes, obviously your main boss monster, SDKs. Shout out to Robert Humbert. If you not play it, you're a scrub. 3 Alternative Dragon. This card is crazy good, super free. You can destroy a monster on your opponent's side of the field once per turn. You just can't attack the turn you use that, but you're just going to synchro with it anyway, so it's super good. 2 Spirit of White. A lot of people like to run 1. I feel it's better at 2 because, you know, turn 1 you can just send it with Shrine to send another stone, then plus off that, and then during the end phase special the other one off of the stone, and, you know, make them activate a Fog Blade or make them activate a Strike. Just really good. Just baits out a lot of stuff. 3 Sage, your Stratos. Let you add your level 1 Light Tuners, let you search your Veiler. Sets up Crystal Wing turn 1. Just really strong. You open this card with Melody of Awakening Dragons and you should win. So yeah, 3 of him. 3 Stone of Ancients. Best Dragon Tuner. Obviously, when it's sent to the graveyard, special summon Blue Eyes on end phase, and when it's once per turn while this card's in your graveyard, you can banish it to add a Blue Eyes monster from your graveyard to your hand. So you just recycle your alternative white dragons. Really good. Sage targets you have 1 master because he can spin himself from the graveyard back to the deck to special summon 1 Blue Eyes from grave. Really strong. And then 1 Stone of Legend to mandatory search your Blue Eyes to make your alternatives live. It's really strong. It's a +1 when you send it with cards of consonants, so that's always good. 1 Effect Veiler because I feel like 2 is not necessary since you can search it. But then again, if you ran 2, it really wouldn't hurt the consistency of the deck. I just prefer 1, my personal opinion. 2 Maxi. Maxi is just really broken in this deck, especially in the mirror match. If you set up your board, your opponent has no choice but to overextend. So your Maxi, you're going to be drawing a lot of cards, and this card's really responsible for just you being able to break a lot of boards. So Maxi for sure. Especially if you're not running Desires, you gotta run it. 3 Melodies, starting off the spells. This card's broken. You get to add 2. You discard 1 card, add 2 dragons with 3,000 or more attack, 2,500 or less defense. So basically, you add your Blue Eyes and your alternative, and then you special the alternative. Just super broken. You don't really minus. You don't really go even. You usually plus with this because you usually send a stone, and then stone lets you gain advantage like that. So it's really strong. 3 returns. This card is Monster Reborn on crack because it has a built-in defense mechanism. Lets you banish it during either player's turn from the graveyard to protect your dragons from being destroyed. So if they try to Regeki you, you just banish this and from your graveyard, and your monsters are protected. Just really strong. Not to mention, it special summons a level 7 or 8 dragon from your graveyard. You can do it more than once per turn. So really strong. Double Silver Scry. I see people not playing this or only playing 1. I don't understand that. The fact that this card is a quick play means you can OTK with it. You can bring out your Spirit of Whites to bait out back row. Like if they have a strike set, obviously you bring out your Spirit of White, banish the strike, they have to activate it. Or Fog Blade, they have to activate it. So this card's just really strong, I think, in my personal opinion. You could side it out, but I would definitely main 2. Double Dragon Shrine. 3 is too much, 1's not enough. You want to see this your opening hand, but you don't want to see it late game. So if you see it opening hand, it's going to put you really far ahead. But if you see it late game, it's just going to suck. So 2 is the perfect number. Draw power, you have 3 trade in. Self-explanatory, really strong. double cards of consonants. Once again, really explains itself. You're playing a lot of dragon tuners, but honestly, this card gets sided out all the time. So you can play one if you want or none, but I recommend two. Just try it out with two. If you don't like it, then cut it. One soul charge, guys. I'm not kidding when I say this, but soul charge is going to get banned because of this deck. Soul charge just lets you make stupid boards. I've made boards like you wouldn't even believe. I'll explain it when I go to my extra deck, the kind of boards I make with soul charge. But basically, this card's responsible for 99% of your wins. I'm not gonna lie, your opponent just scoops when he sees this card. Just so strong. On Upstart Goblin, just because I don't play Desires and all that. This is a combo-based deck, and I feel like 39 cards is better than 40 in a combo-based deck, just because you want to get to your combo pieces as fast as possible. So that's all for the spells. Let's go ahead and move on to the traps. I do run 4. 4 traps I start out with are double Wing Blast. This card single-handedly has won me so many games, especially in the mirror match. It is incredible against Cyber Angels. It's incredible against heroes. It's incredible. Like, what's a Dark Law, guys? Like, honestly, what's Dark Law compared to Wing Blast? Like, nothing. Like, it's just so good. It can set your opponent back so far. What was I doing? I was playing the mirror match, and my opponent opened up Kokimiru Draco. If you guys don't know what that does, it when your opponent has it on his side of the field, you can't special summon light or dark monsters. So he had that face up on his board, and then he had a set anti-spell fragrance. He activated anti-spell fragrance on my turn, so I can't activate any spells. So I set Melody and I set Wing Blast. On the end phase of his turn, I Wing Blast his Kokimiru Draco back to deck, and then on my turn, I flip up Melody and I come back and win. Just really, really strong. So Wing Blast definitely a must-have in this deck, in my personal opinion. Next, I play 1 strike. I was playing more than 1 strike at one point, but I felt like it just bricked really hard. And honestly, these could be strikes if you want them to be. They don't have to be Wing Blast. You could play 2 strikes, 1 Wing Blast, or just 3 strikes altogether. But I just really like Wing Blast. It just really outs a lot of stuff, because strike doesn't play around Anti-Spell or Kokimiru or Jowgen. It doesn't help with any of those. Whereas Wing Blast will out a lot of problems and help you play past unbreakable boards. So like if they got a Crystal Wing on board you're having problems with, Wing Blast it, you know? Just stuff like that. I don't know. So 1 Solemn Strike, it's there when I need it, and I never draw it and like not want it. You know, like I didn't want to draw a bunch of traps and brick. Like I said, it's a combo-based deck. So 1's good enough. And then 1 Vanities for the Stardust Spark lock. You just make Stardust Spark turn 1, set Vanities, and win. Like, there's no way for your opponent to play around that. Unless they have Double Twin. For the extra deck, obviously Goku. Strongest Saiyan in the universe. Protector of the universe. You gotta run 1. He's too broken. Other than that, you have Double Spirit. I don't play 3. Honestly, I feel like 3 never comes up. And usually when it does come up, I'm losing. And the only time I feel like you need a 3rd one is when either you've exhausted all your resources because your opponent has pushed you into a corner, or you're overextending, you're just playing too aggressively. And I feel like if you play right, 2 is all you need. Same with this guy, I only play 1 just because usually when you resolve this, you win. Like you shouldn't lose when you get Azor Eyes on board. It's just too strong of a card. Next I play the 1 Stardust Spark for the Vanities combo, just really strong. I've won like 3 games just like that, like against Quasar. You just set Vanities, make Stardust Spark, and win turn 1. So he's really strong. Definitely one of him. 1 Crystal Wing, self-explanatory, gets the job done. You can Crystal Wing turn 1. And then Soul Charge back a bunch of monsters, and it's just really, really busted. So, yeah. 1 Ancient Fairy to help you go into Crystal Wing. I don't run any field spells, but I just use it for its additional special summon. So it's really strong. 1 Moonlight. This card, really good in the mirror match. Not really good in much else. Honestly, maybe in Cyber Angels, but I feel like Cosmos just aren't affected by this card because obviously they can't be targeted. So, but in the mirror match, this card's really, really strong. One Michael. Honestly, this card's about to get taken out, so I'll put that to the side. But it's a strong card. If you feel like you need to run it, go ahead and run it. But it never comes up for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and go into my Galaxy Eyes engine. And a lot of you probably give me a lot of flack for this, but I play one Cypher, one Prime, and one Dark Matter, and that's it. I don't play Tachyon and I don't play Full Armor. Now I know Tachyon and Full Armor are broken, and I was playing those for a long time. But honestly, I never found myself like wanting to go into Tachyon when I had just so many better options to make. Rank 8s are just so broken. Like whenever I did want to go into Dark Matter, I usually went in it with my opponent's monsters by using Cypher to snatch. You know, like I don't ever. And if I do make Dark Matter, I'm gonna win that game because it just puts you really far ahead. It's just like one of those cards that just are really strong. So I took out the Tachyon and the Full Armor for Felgrand, just because you can do crazy soft locks with him. If you get like Crystal Wing on board and then you Soul Charge, make Felgrand, and just like your opponent can't really play like BAs, like it's just like not BAs, but just like a lot of decks that can't really deal with it. So there's that, and then I put in I have one Harbinger, but I put in a second Harbinger for the Full Armor, basically because this is my reasoning behind this. You go Crystal Wing turn 1 and then you Soul Charge and make double Harbinger. Like, yo, like Blue Eyes deal with that. Like they can't deal with that. It's too strong. And I can't tell you how many times double Harbinger comes up in this deck. So I feel like it was just too strong not to run it too. When it's always possible. So there's that. And then boom, one Heliopolis, just super strong, doesn't target, clears boards, gets the job done. Now this guy, he can come out for Tachyon or Full Armor, because honestly I never find myself wanting to go Michael, because usually the cards that you need to banish can't be destroyed by battle, and if they can't be destroyed by battle, a lot of times they can't be targeted. So I find myself not wanting to make this a lot of the time either. So I'm thinking about taking this out for Tachyon and whatnot. So we'll see as the format progresses. But that's it for the extra. It's 15. The side super standard. 3 cherries, 1 Dante for BA hate. Double Ghost Ogre for Pendulum hate, Cleatomize hate. Just a really strong card. Double DD Crow. These could be cycle readers if you want. I just like the utility they have against BA and you know, like Synchro Fusionist. Just really strong. So yeah. Double Gamma Seal for Dark Destroyer, Dark Law, Spirit. I mean, I never really side into these in the mirror match, but it's possible and it's really strong. So yeah, double Gamma Seal. Regeki for Dark Law and Monarchs. Double Twin for any Demise deck. And Pendulums, of course. And then double Spell for Pendulums and the Mirror. Going second. I sided this in going first. I sided this in going second once, and I drew it, and it was just bad. So never sided this going second against the Mirror. So yeah. That's it, guys. I hope you liked the profile. It's a really strong deck. I definitely recommend picking it up or playing it on Yugioh Pro or Dev Pro. Super fun, really consistent. If you like this video, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. I think we're coming up on 150 subscribers. We're super excited about that. Like, I know I am. And you know, leave your comments down below. Let me know what you guys thought about the deck. Let me know what you would change. Let me know if you agree with my extra deck decisions. Man, I love to hear you guys' feedback. I try to comment back as much as possible. I work a lot, so if I don't get back to your comment, know that I really appreciate what you guys have to say. And yeah, man, other than that, this is Mike Will coming at you from the California Duelist Association. I hope you guys have a great night, and peace. Take it easy.